This is a special public information bulletin. The following report has been compiled from official disclosures, investigative journalism, and regulatory filings. It is not speculative. It is not fiction. It is the state of surveillance in real time. We are no longer watched from afar. We are watched from within. As of December 2025, over 4.5 billion people carry a device in their pocket that logs their location every 30 seconds, not just when they use it, but even when the screen is off. This is standard on iPhones and Android devices. The data flows to operating system providers, app developers, and upon lawful request to governments. In the European Union alone, law enforcement made over 150,000 requests for user data from Apple and Google in 2024. Most were granted. But your phone is only the beginning. In Germany, police in Bavaria now deploy AI-powered predictive policing software fed by crime stats, social media activity, and public transport usage to flag neighborhoods for increased patrols. The algorithm is proprietary. Its error rate is classified. Across the EU, the European Border and Coast Guard Agency, known as Frontex, uses AI to scan social media posts of migrants, searching for indications of intent to move. A 2024 investigation by Corrective confirmed that asylum applicants' WhatsApp messages, scraped without consent, were used to deny entry. The legal basis? A clause in the EU's Eurodac regulation, quietly expanded in 2023. You may say, "I'm not a criminal, I have nothing to hide." But your data isn't just used to find criminals, it's used to predict behavior. Palantir, the US-based data firm, now operates core infrastructure for Germany's Federal Office for Migration and Refugees, the Dutch Tax Authority, and the European Commission's Joint Research Center. Its Gotham and Foundry platforms fuse health records, bank transactions, travel history, and social media profiles into single entity views. Government analysts don't need a warrant to query these systems, only operational need. And what of consent? When you applied for pandemic relief in 2021, when you uploaded a photo to prove your address for a bank loan, when you checked into a mental health app during lockdown, you signed a terms of service agreement that, buried in Clause 7.3b, permitted secondary data processing for public integrity purposes. You didn't read it, no one does, but your data was archived, indexed, linked. The European Union prides itself on the GDPR, the world's strongest privacy law. Yet in 2024, the European Data Protection Board admitted that less than 12% of cross-border government data sharing cases were subject to meaningful oversight. Meanwhile, the new EU AI Act, hailed as groundbreaking, contains 37 national security exemptions, allowing real-time biometric surveillance in public spaces during threats to public order. Who defines that threat? Often, the same agency deploying the cameras. In France, Live Facial Recognition scanned over 200,000 faces during the 2024 Olympics. In Greece, an AI system called Smart Policing flagged 15,000 citizens as potential public disturbances based on their Twitter follows. In Germany, the Federal Criminal Police Office, known as the BKA, now maintains a database of over 2.3 million digital profiles, many built from open-source data, scraped without individual knowledge. This is not science fiction. This is procurement. The German Ministry of the Interior spent 87 million euros in 2024 on AI surveillance contracts. The EU's Digital Europe program has allocated 2.1 billion euros for secure data spaces, which in practice means centralized citizen data lakes accessible to police, tax authorities, and border agencies under a single login. And the private sector. Meta and Google still process 90% of Europe's digital ad impressions, each click, hover, and scroll feeding behavioral models that infer your income, mental state, political leanings, even your likelihood to commit fraud. These models are sold, not as profiles, but as audience segments. The distinction is legal, not technical. You may believe democracy provides a check, but oversight is theater. Parliamentary committees are briefed on a need-to-know basis. Whistleblowers face prosecution under updated cybercrime directives. And public debate drowned out by claims of security and efficiency. Consider this. In 2025, the European Commission proposed mandatory digital identity wallets under eIDAS 2. These wallets will store your driver's license, health records, bank credentials, and education certificates, verifiable across all 27 EU states. The goal? Seamless services. The risk? A single breach or a policy shift could expose your entire life to automated judgment. No human will decide you're unworthy of a loan, a visa, or a job. An algorithm will. Trained on historical data. Trained on bias. Deployed without appeal. This is not a warning from the future. This is a status report from the present. The surveillance state is not coming. It is here. It is funded. It is operational. And it runs on your data, volunteered, extracted, or inferred. If you wish to verify any fact in this report, consult the European Data Protection Supervisor's 2024 Annual Report. The EU AI Act, Article 5.3 and Annex III. Frontex's 2024 Transparency Register Disclosures. Germany's BKA Digital Policing Strategy 2025. And the OECD's 2023 Review of Government Data Access. This concludes our special bulletin.